Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex. So it's actually 8:30 in the morning. I am not in my studio, I am in London in the UK for a specific reason, because this afternoon I've got a conference during which I'm going to explain my journey, but until then I've got some free time. So I thought, wouldn't it be the perfect place to do an episode I've been willing to do for so long? My goal today is just to guide you through this discovery I made in the past. What does it feel to taste real tea? Help you understand the basics, also the different types of tea. So I say we start with the common stuff. A tea bag, sugar, and milk. So for this experience I'm gonna use PG Tips, which is a very common tea here in the UK. And brew for 1-2 minutes as it's written on the package. Then remove the tea bag. Always use fresh milk. Shit. The color is not bad, it doesn't shout tea to me. So it's sweet, it's soft, it is slightly fatty. There is a light bitterness behind this. Do not get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's not good either. So at the end of the day, you're not left with something very, persistent in the mouth. So now I say we move on in this, tea eye-opening journey. I don't know about you guys, but I've always had this thing with tea that I feel like tea is British in some way. But the more and more I learn about tea, and the less and less I feel so. I feel now like it's way more Asian than Western. So we're gonna take the bus to go and see my friend, the tea specialist. And I think I will benefit from that time just to share with you some knowledge I learned the hard way about tea. The first thing you need to know about tea is that all the tea on the planet comes from one plant and one plant only. The species is called Camellia sinensis. So long story short, the mic was off the whole duration of the bus journey. How lovely is that? Anyway, I'm gonna dub this part. So that plant, Camellia sinensis, originally comes from Southeast Asia, the subtropical region, but it's now available everywhere on the planet. It's worth mentioning that it's the second most consumed beverage on the planet, just after water. A proper brew is made by infusing the leaves or any part of that tea plant into hot water, usually boiling water, but it doesn't have to be always boiling. Yes! Alright people, I just arrived at my friend's place. So I say we're gonna keep learning new things about tea and hopefully drink some decent tea now. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alex.
Hey Don.
Man, how are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Pleasure to see you, man. It was such a nice place over here.
Oh, thank you. Let me show you around.
What? And now my studio organization looks rubbish. Don, thanks for having me today.
Pleasure, Alex.
It's a pleasure. Can you tell a bit of the viewers about what you do?
I'm a tea lover, first and foremost a tea lover. So that's my whole remit in life, and we have this shop here in London, Mayleaf Tea House, where we just have loads and loads of different types of tea. We've got a YouTube channel that you can learn everything and anything you need to know about tea.
Did you just plug your YouTube channel?
Yeah, of course. Got to take every opportunity.
I still need to tell now the different types of tea. So can you help me doing this around the shop?
Sure. Okay, let's start here. You want to know about white tea?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So white tea is basically tea which has been picked and then dried. Very, very simple. But it needs to be done right. With anything that's simple, as you know with cooking, if it's not done spot on, it's not going to be good. So green tea. Green tea is basically what they're doing is they're picking very young leaves, buds and young leaves, and then they're heating the leaf up very quickly.
Okay, roger that.
Right, so you heat the leaf up to deactivate enzymes in the leaf, stops it from oxidizing. Next up is probably one of the most rare teas, it's yellow tea.
Yellow tea?
Yellow tea. They produce it in exactly the same way as green tea, but then after the heating phase, they cover it up, they wrap it in a nice blanket, they steam it, they wrap it up, and it basically exists in a kind of humid environment.
You see, that's the passion we're looking for. This right here. This.
So I can't help myself, right? Cool.
Next one.
Next one is oolong tea.
Oolong tea. I love oolong tea.
Many people have a passionate love affair with oolong tea. And the reason for that is because the palette of flavors with oolong tea is so wide. Because if you imagine green tea is unoxidized tea, right? Because it's been heated to deactivate the enzyme. Black tea is fully oxidized tea, so about 80, 90% above. You've got this window from about 10% to 90%, that's oolong tea. Come around here. Next, and probably the most widely known, is black tea.
Black tea. So I had black tea, spoiler alert, this morning. I had a tea bag of PG tips, as I told you. I'm guessing this is not exactly the same stuff.
It's not exactly the same stuff. We're not gonna...
This might be very offending just to say that.
No, hey, I'm British. I was brought up here, so I've been brought up on the tea bag tea. So like, you know, I've drunk a lot of that. But this is like a whole other world. It's just it's just a completely different drink, really. So black tea is fully oxidized tea, which means that they pick it, they allow it, they roll it either by hand or with small machines. So they roll it, they crush the leaf, they get all the essential oils to the surface, leave it in the air to oxidize, and it becomes black, right? And then they heat it, dry it, and sometimes roast it.
So I have this question about black tea. So is this really more powerful than green tea? I mean, and what does powerful means anyway? Is it stronger in terms of taste, or is it stronger in terms of caffeine, for example?
It's not stronger in terms of caffeine. It's a very common misconception that the darker and stronger the tea, the higher the caffeine. That's not true.
Okay.
The caffeine content depends on a whole load of things, but specifically which part of the plant was picked. That's the most important
That's the
part.
bird thing.
Buds, young leaves, very important.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So the next tea is post-fermented tea. Right, now we're entering a whole new world, okay? This is a really interesting world, and it needs a whole episode, basically. But post-fermented tea is basically mean you're picking the tea and you're processing it similar to a green tea, right? But you're sun drying it so it doesn't deactivate the enzymes completely, so they're kind of slow, and then you leave it for years. And that's it. Those are your different types of tea.
Can we do a proper you know, tasting of a loose leaf tea? Because the one I had this morning, nothing to be ashamed, but nothing to be proud of either.
But let's try a black tea done loose leaf style.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. I could not be more ready.
So we're going to do that. So we've got some black tea here.
This is black tea?
This is black tea.
This can't be black tea, man.
This is black tea.
This is not black tea.
This is... Yeah, I'm lying to you, Alex. It's not. Okay, so that's the black tea done, pretty simple. It may look a little bit artistic, but it's actually really, really simple.
Can I see something?
Yeah, sure.
It looked rather light to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is, that's because this black tea is made with buds. Okay, so it's just, you saw it, it's just fine buds, you can see them here. Taste this tea.
There we go.
Slightly different to your PG tips.
The first thing that comes to my mind, it's not bitter.
Right.
Absolutely not bitter. It's not sweet, but it's soft.
Soft, exactly.
It's subtle.
Yeah. Hay, right? So it's got that dried grass kind of taste. Malt, so it's got a kind of slightly toffee notes, a little bit malty notes.
Toasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the key things about tea appreciation is actually how much the tea remains in your mouth afterwards, the flavor. Because that's one of the key markers for high quality tea. It's also about the texture. It's all about how smooth and how soft it is. Yeah, so one of the things you should focus on is try to forget taste and just focus on texture.
On texture?
Yeah, just focus on
texture. That would
texture.
be my first texture tasting.
Yeah, texture tasting. Just notice how it coats your mouth.
I feel like it's a bit more heavy than water.
Yeah. So it's thicker, it's got a bit more viscosity to it, it's just a bit more lubricating, a bit more kind of covering your mouth. Notice how the second infusion just looks a bit richer.
How can that be?
So you'll notice now,
You mean stronger in terms of flavor?
in terms of everything.
Okay.
This is why you should never, if you spend your hard-earned money on loose leaf tea, you should never throw it away after one infusion. Always re-infuse the leaf.
I feel like there is something to experience there. There is something to learn. There is something to taste first. Nobody can deny that this has some flavors in it. I can taste things. Can we take a look at the tea bags? Because I got a tea bags in my backpack.
Yeah.
And I can bring it and we can open it and you can tell me what you see in it.
Yeah, by all means, let's do that.
You will tell me about the future, my future.
It's a classic tea bag grind. So what they've done is they've picked the leaves, definitely machine picked, and then machine ground the tea. And it's designed, as I said, for convenience. So it's been ground down into a powder so that they can use the minimal amount of leaf for the maximum amount of strength in the shortest amount of time.
I get this, because the powder has the maximum surface of any solid.
Yeah.
So it goes just so much faster.
Yeah, as soon as water hits it, it's going to extract those elements, which is why it's more suited to combining with milk.
Right, thank you very much, Don, for everything. I think it's opening, slightly opening the door of a new world.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a
Thank
whole
you
world
very
of
much,
tea
man.
out there. You've got
It was
lots
a
of
pleasure
exploring
to see you,
do.
man.
It was a pleasure to see you too.
We catch up next time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Pardon.
Are we coming?
Yeah, absolutely. Please come in. Right, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to taste that tea, and also a really interesting journey for me to share that with you. If you like this video, then please give it a like, thumbs up, and share that over all your social media. You know how it works. Spread it like butter or brew it like tea if you want to. I'm not sure I'm gonna turn this into a series, but if you want me to do, please leave a comment down below, and also leave whatever you want to learn, maybe how to brew tea, maybe more in depth about the different types of tea. Less people click subscribe because I make new videos every week, and as you can see, it's not always shot in my studio. It's not always about how to make wine or how to make bread. It's also about opening, about broadening our horizons. I hope you enjoy that. Catch you next time. Bye bye. Salut.